Hi, my friend. Today we are going to talk about the most common mistakes beginners make in English. Have you ever felt that you study and study, but your English does not improve? You feel stuck. You are not alone. Many students feel this way. Welcome to this simple English podcast from Faster English. My name is Alex. Today, we will use simple words to understand the big mistakes that stop your progress, and I will show you how to fix them. Learning English is a journey, and on every journey, people make mistakes. Mistakes are normal, they are not bad. A mistake is a sign that you are trying, it is a sign that you are learning. But some mistakes are like big walls. They stop you from moving forward. Today, we are going to look at 5 of these walls, and we are going to learn how to break them. The first mistake is maybe the most common. I see it every day with my students. The first mistake is translating in your head. When you want to say something in English, what happens inside your brain? Does your brain think the sentence in your language first? And then does your brain work very hard to translate every word into English? If you do this, I understand. It feels safe, it feels logical. But this is the number one reason why your English feels slow. I want you to imagine your brain is a very busy office. When you listen to English, your brain has one job: to understand the message. But if you translate, you give your brain 3 jobs. Job number 1, listen to the English. Job number 2, translate the English into your language. Job number 3, think of an answer in your language. And then, job number 4, translate your answer back into English. That is too much work. Your brain is tired. This is why you feel slow. This is why you pause a lot when you speak. The other person is waiting, but your brain is busy in the office, translating. Also, the grammar of your language is different from English grammar. So when you translate, you often make grammar mistakes. The sentences sound a little strange. How do we fix this? The goal is to think directly in English, to build a direct connection. When you see a dog, your brain should think dog, not the word for dog in your language. The solution is to start small, very small. Look around your room. See a chair? Think the word chair. See a window? Think the word window. Do not translate. Just connect the picture to the English word. Do this for 2 minutes every day. You are building a new road in your brain, a direct road to English. Okay, let's talk about the second mistake. This one is about feelings. Mistake number 2, being afraid to make mistakes. Let me ask you a question. When you were a baby and you were learning to walk, did you fall down? Of course, many times. When you fell, did you stop? Did you say, walking is too difficult, I will stop trying? No, you got up and you tried again and again, and now you can walk without thinking. Learning English is the same. Mistakes are like falling down. They are a normal part of the process. The fear of making mistakes is the real problem. This fear is a prison. It locks your English inside you. You have the words, you have the grammar, but the fear stops you from opening your mouth. You wait for the perfect sentence. You wait for the perfect moment. But the perfect moment never comes. The only moment is now. So how do we fix this? We need to change our idea of a mistake. A mistake is not a failure. A mistake is practice. Every time you speak and make a mistake, you are practicing, you are trying, you are learning. I want you to remember this. Communication is more important than perfection. When you talk to someone, they are listening to your idea. They are not listening for your mistakes. They want to connect with you. If you say, I go to the store yesterday. Is the grammar perfect? No. Does the person understand you? Yes, 100%. That is a success. That is communication. So please be brave. Speak, even if you are not sure. Your confidence will grow with every imperfect sentence you say. Now for the third mistake. This one is about how you study. Mistake number 3, learning single words, not phrases. When you study vocabulary, what do? Do you have a long list of single words? For example, important, difficult, because. This is a very slow way to learn, and it is not how native speakers think. We do not think in single words. We think in groups of words, in chunks, in phrases. When you learn a single word, like important, your brain has to do a lot of work in a conversation. It has to take the word, find the right grammar, and build a sentence. It is slow. There is a better way. Instead of learning just the word important, learn the phrase. That's really important. Instead of just learning difficult, learn the phrase. It's not that difficult. Instead of just learning because, learn the phrase, that's because. When you learn a full phrase, it is like one piece of vocabulary. When you need it in a conversation, it is ready. You don't need to build it. You just say it. Your English will be much faster and sound much more natural. So when you learn a new word, always learn it with its friends. Write the full phrase in your notebook. For example, don't just write wait for me, or wait a minute. When you do this, you are learning vocabulary and grammar at the same time. Okay, let's move to mistake number 4. This one happens a lot in conversations. Mistake number 4, saying yes when you don't understand. Has this ever happened to you? You are talking to someone, they speak very fast, or they use a word you don't know. You want to be polite, you don't want to stop them, so you just nod your head and say, yes, okay. But you did not understand. This is a very big mistake. Why? For 2 reasons. First, the conversation is not real. It is broken. The other person thinks you understand, but you don't. This can create big problems later. Second, you lose a perfect opportunity to learn. That moment when you do not understand is a golden moment. It is a chance to ask a question. It is a chance to learn something new. When you say yes, you close the door to learning. So what should you do? You should be honest, but you can be polite. You do not need to say, I don't understand. You can use some very simple, polite phrases. For example, I'm sorry, could you repeat that please? Sorry, what does that word mean? Could you speak a little more slowly, please? These are excellent phrases. When you use them, you are not being a bad student. You are being an active listener. You are showing that you want to understand. People will be happy to help you. They will respect you for trying so hard. So please, never say yes when your brain is saying no. Ask a question. It is the fastest way to improve. And now for our final mistake. This is a very common one for beginners, and it is all about your attitude. Mistake number 5, apologizing for your English. Have you ever started a conversation like this? Hello, sorry for my bad English, but please, from today, stop saying this. Never ever apologize for your English. When you say sorry for my English, you are doing 2 negative things. First, you are telling the other person that you are not confident. You are starting the conversation with a negative feeling. Second, you are saying that your effort to learn their language is something to be sorry for. But it is the opposite. Learning another language is amazing. It is difficult. It is something to be proud of. Think about it. If someone comes to you and tries to speak your language, even with many mistakes, how do you feel? Do you feel angry? No. You feel happy. You feel impressed. You want to help them. It is the same when you speak English. People are not thinking, oh, your English is bad. They are thinking, wow, this person is speaking two languages. That is incredible. You are not a bad English speaker. You are an English learner, and that is a wonderful thing to be. So instead of saying, sorry for my English, just smile, be confident, say hello, start the conversation. Your effort is something to be proud of, not sorry for. These mistakes are walls, but now you know how to break them. Learning English is a long journey, but it is a beautiful journey, and you are on the right path. The most important thing is to be kind to yourself and to keep going. Thank you for listening to this podcast. I hope it was helpful for you. In the comments, please tell me, which mistake from this list will you try to stop this week? I would love to read your answers. Thank you again for joining me. Keep practicing, and I will see you in the next lesson. Take care.
Faster English.